But beyond that, there's a lot of issues that they don't agree on, including funding police departments. Back to you.
Yeah. Kate Cagle reporting. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you, Kate. Lots to break down. We have been crunching some numbers, though, that might be helpful to all of you when coming to all the elections, right? The numbers that we're looking at come from our exclusive Spectrum News Ipsos poll. And we've asked voters pretty much everything from which issues matter most to you. How do you think about the local leaders? How have they done in responding to the big-time problems, the pandemic, the wildfires, etc.? Who better to break this down for us?
I can't think of anybody. Yeah.
And this will give you some ice cream and broccoli, not just the facts. We're going to have facts with some funny, the nitty-gritty numbers. Mr. Rick Adams!
Can we have the ice cream? Can we have the ice cream first?
Thank you.
And the broccoli second? Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know.
I like dessert first.
Broccoli ice cream.
Yeah.
The next thing. Or as my niece and nephew call them, little baby trees.
Oh.
Look, here's a question for you. I bet you've never heard this. Hey, girl, what you wearing? Is that Walmart? No. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, have you voted yet? Have you voted yet? Oh, yes. Everybody's heard this question. I know it's so boring, but look, how confident are you that your vote is going to be counted? And will you trust the outcome when it happens? Well, thanks to a new Spectrum News Ipsos poll you've been hearing about, we have more than a rough idea. So, Juan, let's hit it.
For an election to happen, you need people to vote, and all over the world, some countries have higher turnouts than others. Generally, America's has been pretty low nationally, around 56%, but add a pandemic to the mix, and lots can change. Here in the Los Angeles DMA, which means the designated market area, kind of technical speak for several counties all joined together, it's an area so huge that it has around the same number of people in it as a small country, like the Netherlands. And according to our poll, 72% say they are likely to vote. Not bad. You'll have to beat the Dutch, though, at 88%. Let's hope so. So, how are you voting? Well, as you'd expect, the greatest amount, nearly half at 49%, is by mail or absentee ballot, whilst a quarter, 26%, prefer to do it in person, most of which on the big day itself. But how confident are you that your vote will even be counted? According to our poll, that depends how you vote. Drop off your ballot at an election office or polling place and 74% are confident that it'll be counted versus 20% who aren't. Compare that to 66% who think it'll be counted if you mail it in versus 29%, nearly a third, who think it won't. But the biggest and highest numbers, 75%, think it'll be most likely to be counted if you show up on the big day and vote in person yourself. But the biggest question about voting from our exclusive poll must most importantly be, how likely are you to trust the outcome of the presidential election? Ready? At 63%, most are likely to trust it, with under a quarter not. So the headline? A lot more people voting, largely by mail. Generally, nearly 3/4 believe their votes will be counted, and nearly 2/3 will trust the final result. But of course, this is just a poll, and the only thing that really counts is that every one of us enacts our rights set out in the Constitution to vote, because that is truly what being a great American is all about.
And whatever happens next week, the only number I'm 100% certain about is that you'll enjoy our coverage here on Spectrum.
That's right.
More than any of those other networks that try to spin it one way or the other. So stay with us and we'll hold your hand, just your hand, through all this madness. It's time for 2020 to be over, please.
And we need to laugh our way through it no matter what happens, right? So what does our exclusive poll tell us about how confident we are that our vote actually counts?
Confidence is everything, Gisellington, as we know. But I think particularly in our area, 76% believe that they are confident their vote will be counted, particularly if they turn up in person and vote on the day or before the day of election. When it comes to the actual mail-in vote, of course, which is one of the most popular things to do, but also one of the safest ways to vote, a lot of that confidence has been rocked in that, down to about 66%, which is surprising. And then trust goes even lower when it comes to the actual belief that how do we trust the actual final outcome of the election will be 63%, which is high, but sort of you'd expect it to be a bit higher than that. But democracies are confusing things, they're frightening things, they're like a roller coaster and a Seneca, the younger, often said. Democracies basically are extraordinarily upsetting. They're very worrying things. I mean, I'm just paraphrasing him because he didn't put it like that.
But it beats the alternative.
Yes, it does beat the alternative.
Yeah.
It's true.
Rick Adams, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our morning
Appreciate
shot of sunshine. We'll be back, everybody. Stay right there. There he is. Check.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm Giselle Fernandez. Here's your Spectrum News 1 update. Senator Mitch McConnell says the confirmation of Amy Coney Barrett could help Republican incumbents in their